who are extraordinary. Then I have found the people who are ordinary. Somebody give me an idea what is the difference between them? Ordinary. What is the difference? Extraordinary and ordinary. What is the difference?
Extraordinary can be talented.
Can be talented.
Some sort.
Okay. All right.
People who are givers.
Who are givers. Absolutely a good statement. So the extraordinary people who always stay on the giving mode. Who are ordinary people? Who are ordinary?
Be the other way around. Okay.
Other way. They are the one who are always on the taking mode. Now, let's take this scenario. Let's elaborate with certain examples. Who's ordinary friend in our life? Ordinary friend is the one when you are in the relationship with a friend, that person is always looking to what benefit that person can extract out of that relationship. Am I right or wrong?
Yes.
And the moment that person feels that this benefit cannot extract it, where that person has gone, you never know. They say, all right, that's it. I can get some benefit out of that. If it is over, say, he or she will not recognize you. That's happened. It's ordinary. Who's ordinary employee? Ordinary employee, when they step in the company, they first look into their paycheck. Okay. It means that it is according to 8 hours of my job or less than that. They say it is actually fine. So what they do, once they're inside the company, and they just try to match with that, if they are honest. If they are not, they'll just try to pass by that time. Always look into that. All right, this is it. This is, if I'm doing the job, this is enough. Within that money, I can only do that job. What they are really looking for, what I'm getting in return. That's the most important mantra for them. So they remain ordinary. And these are the type of the people who just do enough which can sustain them in the job, and their company give them only enough so that they do not leave the company. I repeat. They only do enough so that they sustain the job, and the company only give them enough so that they do not leave, so they are being like this. Now there are some extraordinary people. Extraordinary people always being on the giving mode. So for example, if they are the employee in a company, once the way they step in, they forget about what they're getting. They focus on what I can deliver, what I can enhance, what value I can add. Yesterday, in front of your bosses, I have made a statement. I said, sir, all of you are, mashallah, having a very good stature in a company. But I'm going to tell you something. Sometime back, on the same chairs, there were different people who were sitting. And there was a different trainer who was standing on this podium. And I'm going to assure you, after a certain time, all of you will be changed. There will be a different people are going to occupy these seats. And there will be a different person who is going to stand over here. We're not permanent. If we're not permanent, I'm going to ask you a question. What should you focus right now? What should be your focus right now? And I asked them, there are many people, when there was a downsizing happen, how many of the people who have left the company who were having 30 years experience, 35 years experience, am I right or wrong? My question to you, how many of you remember those names of those people who have spent 40 years in a company? Not even many. So my dear friends, even if we spend the whole life over here, and if we do not do anything of value, our life is having no meaning. So the question is, the length of the career does not matter, my dear friends. The length of the career does not matter. The depth of the career matter, depth of the career matter, depth of the career matter. If Kamran Siddiqui just spent 1 month with you, what legacy, what contribution, how many life he has touched upon, that is of value. It's not that I spent 50 years with you and there was not even a fraction of addition I have made in the value of the company, in the value of the life. It doesn't mean, this is not Kamran. So my dear friends, please focus today. Don't count the number of years you are spending right now in the company. Focus on the value which you are creating during those years. Because if you will focus on that value, you will be spotted. You will be highlighted. You will get your worth. Why? Because in the company, we are not being paid according to the number of hours which we spend in a company. We are being paid according to the value which we bring during those hours. And I can prove you that. There are some employees of the company who are standing outside. What is the job they are doing? Every job is important. What job they are doing? Maybe someone is doing photocopying, maybe someone is serving tea and coffee. You are doing a supervisory job, you are doing an engineering job, someone is doing a VP job, someone is doing a CEO job. Question is, if you are spending the same amount of time, why the salary is different? Answer to this, my dear friends, we are not being paid according to the hours we spend in a company, we are being paid according to the value which we bring during those hours. So if my value is higher, I'm bound to pay it higher in the company. So don't complain. Don't complain. If I am responsible for my situation, you know what is happening? Whosoever in this room is the state of health right now, is the state of economic, financial right now, is the state of relationship. Who is responsible? We are responsible for it. Why? Because we live according to our mental standards. We live according to our mental standards. I give you an example. Normally you carry certain wallet with you, right? All of us, we carry wallet.
Yes.
Have you noticed that you always carry certain specific amount in that wallet? Certain specific amount. Maybe someone is comfortable if they are having 1,000 dirham all the time in their wallet. What happened if suddenly 1,000 dirham become 3,000 dirham? What happened? Instantly you got a structural distortion in your mind because this is beyond your mental standard. And what do? You did not realize because it does not match with your mental standard, you go for an impulsive buying or impulsive purchase or something like that, maybe for a party or something, because you want to get rid of that excess which you are not compatible with. Now if you go down from that standard, if you are having 1,000 in your pocket and it suddenly goes to 200 dirham, what you will do? You will rush to ATM. Have you observed you always takes fund specific amount from the ATM? Have you observed that? How many of you are getting that experience? Say I. Raise your hand, what I'm talking about. That you always go for a specific amount from the ATM whenever you draw. Yeah. Because there are certain mental standards. There's the same thing you feel comfortable maintaining that bank balance in your account. The moment it excess, you say, oh, I have to do something. I have to do some investment, I have to do because this is not comfortable amount for you. And you know that is a problem. When people they won lotteries, $1 million, instantly it is reported 90% of them they become broke again because mentally they are poor. You fill them with money, they cannot reconcile that they spend lavishly. So what we talk, it is all the game of mental standard. Now, which mental standard you would like to live your job? Your choice. Which mental standard you would like to live with your relationship? Your choice. And our problem is, in majority of the instance, we got that standards from our environment. If you observe, if you are a family person, how you are doing the upbringing of your kids, in majority of the instance, that is a template which you have received from your parents. The same way, you try to download. You try to download the same template. How you are living your job? The same way which you have idealized someone in your career. How you are behaving? The same way the values you got from somewhere. So always remember, if you want to change, what you have to change? Please remember,